afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, another amazing Propagandacast from me, host Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, Hero of Psych, Defender of the Fatherland. Off here to an exciting 1 vs 1 on Crossroads again. With the north, we got Luckyman55 fighting here for the Guards Armored Division, part of 30th Corps, pushing ahead towards Arnhem. In the south, we got Burmie fighting here for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland for the 107th Panzer Brigade, with Blitzkrieg, Storm and Lightning War with Machine Gun, Panzerfaust and Mine Bulletins versus Luckyman's Commandos. Advanced Emplacement and Mobile Assault with Triple Infantry or Double Infantry with 1 Sour Experience Bulletin there for Luckyman, setting up there for King and Country, the Commonwealth, moving hard west with Birmingham with Eastwards. They're noting no Infantry Company, just Pioneers and MG42 so far. Could be a delayed Infantry Company start, rare, but does happen, or it could be part of a Tier 2 rush from Burmie. Either way, he's certainly going slightly different paths than most Wehrmacht players are going, so it'll be interesting to see where exactly he will end up with. Meanwhile, though, Luckyman just moves ahead into the cemetery ever so slowly. Third section almost done there. Pioneers moving up here, possibly to spot ahead to scout and see if there's anyone pushing for the fuel plant directly. MG42 on the way there. We got double Pioneers and double MG42. No sign of the Infantry Company so far. Again, could be a delayed Infantry Company start, but it's starting to look a bit like a Tier 2 rush. Moving up here towards the western fuel point there. Section setting out there for Luckyman. Now moving straight down here. He's going to try and pressure Burmie now. Burmie is in a bit of position where it's going to be a bit unprepared for that. But there he goes, securing the eastern side. MG42 almost down there for Burmie. Western port secured here by his Pioneer. And there you go, MG42 ready to support Das Vaterland with glorious amounts of lead. Luckyman55 going for a Vickers machine gun to the German infantry. That'll be interesting to see how that works out. Almost got the points in the east all locked down. But the carve point is deeply exposed, and so far Burmie's doing nothing towards it. And this is sort of where the issue with this sort of rush goes in there. Like, if Luckyman goes south of the carve point, it could leave Burmie very sad. But there you go, first engagement. 2-minute mark. Pioneers in towards the section here by the house, rushes towards it. And there you go, man to get into the house before Burmie can occupy and, really ruin Luckyman55, say make him feel not very lucky. But there you go, section mark pushing for the carve point. Burmie in the east here not doing much, though. Looks like he's piking up the machine gun, realising he has to move towards the carve point to defend that against Luckyman55. Is he taking up? Yes, indeed. So it is very much a Tier 2 rush. The double Pioneer, double MG42 rush. Some would go for 3 Pioneers, some would go for 3 MG42s. Some would go for 3 Pioneers and 3 MG42s, though at that stage you're not necessarily rushing very hard. All the way though, hard in here, second probably into the house here. Machine gun being flanked by the section. Burmie start here is certainly having some rough goings there, as again the carve point was exposed. And attacked there by Luckyman55. And otherwise this house proving to be a bit an obstacle as well there for Burmie. Vickers moving down, that's going to further make things difficult here for Burmie by the carve point, forcing Pioneers to get up there, like to make a nice company as fast as possible. He's probably going to need some Panzergrenadier as fast as humanly as possible. And there you go, like to make a nice company up, and of course need to keep that fuel flowing so you can actually get a 222 very fast as well, because the 2-2 I think is going to be critical here, maybe a half deck as well. MG42 on the west side, I believe, yes, we have flamethrowers up here for Burmie to help deal with some of all these dark-in tummies. Very good upgrade there, and there you go, heading to the fuel point instead, and other points there, basically deciding he's not going to attack into Burmie here very strong. He's just going to hit him elsewhere and punish him for, again, this sort of initial strategy, at least try to punish him. But there you go, Panzer Grenadiers available. He could try and stall here for the 2-2, but he does go for the Panzer Grenadiers first. Very good, very good. MG42 then moving forwards, Vickers repositioning. Alright chaps, I want clear lines of fire, and I want a tea kettle ready as well. Sections pressed, the man to get lumped behind the cover. Just in time, Vickers setting up there. Pioneers will try and flank it most likely, except he's set up in such a manner it's going to be very difficult. I mean, if he can sort of quickly pull up behind here, he might have a chance before the Vickers can react. And he was a bit too quick, I think, to curve in there. He should have taken a bit further out there, then pushed in, in which case the heavy car would have done the rest of the work here. Instead, he risks losing the Pioneers, but with a flamethrower, and nope. Luck favours Burmie this time around. Machine gun hitting with the section here in the west. Pioneers, I think, also pushing. Nope, they're not. They are retreating otherwise. We got Panzer there arriving though, and we got 2-2 on the way there for Burmie. Very good, but so far it is looking like a bit of a rough start here. Luckyman is also going for the pyrotechnic supplies to help her calling artillery here versus Burmie's positions. 2-2 though is halfway done. Luckyman though has attacked up and is going for the AC. There's first requisitioning. That's going to stall it, but it does mean that Burmie's 2-2 will find himself hard pressed here in the early game, and he's going to likely need more than one 2-2 to have his chance here. I mean, you only need 2 to 2 minimums to have a chance against the AC, and usually want 3, which actually means you're putting in a lot more resources, because while 2 can handle it, it tends to be really close. But there you go, before to the beginning of the section here, punches moving up, they're pioneers as well. Nice push to the Burmie, we got the 2 to here as well. Lucky Man here is going to have to, there we go for the AC, but until then he's going to be at their mercy here at Burmie and the lighter Panzer. Though technically, Panzer Brigades not really have reconnaissance attached to them because they're designed to breaking up the Russian spearheads, so reconnaissance was seen as less crucial here, so they technically would not have them. No fun fact there. They've also very short on artillery, as another fact. But there you go, popping up here, pointing, seizing in there. We'll have 2 follow-ups next, maybe more 2 to 2s. More Panzer Grenadiers would be great here for Burmie. Half-check with Regal Mines could also be pretty handy here, maybe. Telemines would also, I think, be a solid option. I mean, there's overall a lot of options here Burmie can commit to versus Luckyman55. And the Tommies, the Guards, Armored Division, we've got the 2 moving up here, fighting around the centre. We've got the Saps moving up, the strength of the flamethrower and the Panzer Grenadiers. Good lord, those Germans got flamethrowers! Well, obviously, didn't they invent them, actually? At least the modern versions. Oh, yeah. Shut up, Charles! Second 2-2s on the way there for Burmie. I mean, a lot of 2-2s can be quite effective tool against your opponent, well handled. They can lay down some heavy firepower as infantry and they do some serious damage that way. And of course, they can fight like vehicles. Of course, they do require more management, which can make them tricky, but well handled. 2-2s can be a surprisingly effective tool to deal with your opponent. Telemines up there, good spot I think for Burmie. Of course, needs to carefully doesn't set up for the 2-2 with the AC. More telemine, spotting on mine, good job there by Burmie. Lucky Man with mines per zone. We got the second 2-2 out here for Burmie. 2 armoured cars usually form up what the Germans called a patrol, which you'd have then 3 patrols for a platoon. Or was it a company? I can't quite remember actually. But a little fun fact there. 2-2 setting out there. The 2-2 by 1944-45 was being phased out in favour of either the 234, which had 8 wheels, which is much better than 4 wheels when it comes to off-road performance, at least with this car, or the 250 half-track, sort of the version for reconnaissance, which had the same tread as this one, by the way, known as the 250C, or Kaiser as it was known. Little fun fact there. Pack 40, they're almost done there for Burmie. The Panzerabwehrkanone 40. Sappers sectioning about here. And go straight into the Sappers here, section ring up. They're going to gain the 2-2 head on. Heavy damage inflicted already. Not the best push there by Burmie. There you go, crippling the engine. Ensuring that the 2-2 cannot escape there. Nice countering there by Lucky Man, leaving Burmie there rather sad as one of his 2-2s already got obliterated. We got a pack 40 up top here though. Not bad here. We got teleporters from the machine gun. Let's quick get out of there, Burmie. Schnell. Oh, he's not realising it. He's not realising. There you go. First shot went through. And the machine gun, I fear, is not going to make it out in time there. Oh, 9. And there you go, utterly kaput. The machine gun is down. We got the Pack 4 landing, good hit on the AEC. Mark another hit then with the smoke screen because there we go. Main gun out. This is actually a golden opportunity for Burmie to maybe turn the tide around a bit further here. If he can catch up with the AC using the 2-2, he could destroy it easily because he can't respond now. And Lucky Man does not have any other anti-tank weapons. So if the 2-2 can get in there and deal with the AC, that's going to be a nice win there for Burmie. Might help compensate a bit for loss of the 2-2, but more importantly, the MG42. And there you go. AC done. Another 2-2 here for Burmie. Not to say more Panzer Grenadiers. I'd probably recommend more than 1 Panzer Grenadier squad overall. I'd recommend more than 1 infantry squad in general. Still with us. Burmie was able to land a bit of a blow there against a Luckyman55, though he's obviously far from our other woods here. There's still a long way to go. Many an Englishman to slay. My God, those bloody Huns! It's like they're on the attack! Yes! It's not like the doctrine, you know, specifically orders them to be on the offensive as much as possible.
An engineer unit is ready for
It says that, yes. How do you know? They tend to publish these things. Oh, yeah, they have a lot of books of it. And fun fact, a lot of the German books, some of the books there were actually sort of private books they just, used for that purpose. So anyways, Panzer moving up, the Vickers being pushed out with private, written by authors and just, generally available elsewhere. 2-2 moving up here, engaging the section. Then we got the pick going on the way there for Luckyman55 and the 30th, or the Guards Armored Division part of 30th Corps. Sappers falling back here. Luckyman there's yet to commit to a doctrine though, neither has Burmie. MG42 number 2 there for Burmie again. No Panzer Grenadier, in fact he's about to lose the 1 squad he has. Need to be careful about that. I strongly recommend him 2 to 3 Panzer Grenadier squads overall though. Maybe something like Lightning Water to help, sneak in some Ostgruppen. But another AC there for Luckyman55, indicating he's actually really worried about these 2-2s. Normally you'd not commit to another light vehicle like this unless you're suffering a lot from enemy light vehicles putting some serious pressure on you. So this is actually forcing him to draw another AC, which delays Luckyman's tech much more. That's actually pretty great for Burmie, because the more he can delay Luckyman's tech, obviously the better. As it means he can maybe now try and pulling ahead here, despite having only lost 1 2-2. I mean, if he can sort of, throw more ACs into this fight, that's solid. In the east there, we got Sabbath moving out there for King and Country. They got second AC almost done. Both 2-2s that are going to need some serious repairs here, though, for Burmie. No take a bit there for him, though, and the German army. And there we go, second AC armored car there. AC, by the way, standing for Associated Equipment Company. And the AC was actually, I think, the heaviest armoured car of the war. Was actually made up of parts of old heavy tanks, specifically British infantry tanks, like I believe it was the Matilda, it was the Valentine. Oh wait, parts of those actually made it into the AC Mark III. There we go, we got Commandos and we got Assault. Great stuff there. It's a bit of an overlooked ability, to be honest, but it's actually a pretty potent one. And a big push there. Recons, there you go, hits the Telemine. That is 2 ACs down. Burmie's only lost 1 2-2. That is a huge tactical win there. And he's going for the third one. Luckyman is aggressive on the defensive against Burmie. He is forced to commit to more armoured cars to stop Burmie's 2-2-2s. This is huge in initiative. And this also allows him more safely to just take a hit there. So this is a pretty deplorable situation for Luckyman55. He's going to do something drastic to turn the tables around here against Burmie. Otherwise, he's going to be in for a good old jackbooting. There we go, bun grenade in the section as well, forcing out a car. Panzer there, closing eventually too. We got the 2-2 dealing with the ace, or the sappers there, getting back the fuel point for the fatherland. Panzer there being suppressed, but the Vickers need to retreat here. Schnell. Nein, we must find onwards, but we're suppressed, we can't do Scheiße. And there he goes, the cover is shattered, he finally decides to fall back there. Bold attempt there by Luckyman just to make sure the Vickers murdered them. Also just forces the Panzer going to do this. Back here, the 2-2 is being fixed up for Burmie. Still no sign of further doctrinal usage there, though of course he is up against Commandos. I'm really interested to see if he's going to pop some actual Commando gliders here against a Burmie. There we go, the third AC. I do not think Burmie was anticipating a third AC. I mean, most players were rarely good for 2. And here we got 3 ACs. Of course, in this regard, Luckyman is, of course, in a sense, lucky that with the British, the AC can be used to fight against medium armor, so it's not like he's completely, at our T in this situation compared to the 2-2s. Going to struggle a lot more with medium armor. Theoretically, if you got enough of them in flank, you can maybe do some damage to the armor, but otherwise, it's not a complete disadvantage here for Luckyman. That, of course, is not good. It's pretty bad. But at least it can sort of be used, so there's some sort of, bit of salvaging now of the situation for Luckyman, but still needs to do some heavy damage to Burmie here to really turn around, because again he's lost 2 ACs, forced to go to the third one. There you go, big push though, he's just going all in here, and there you go, second 2-2 down for Burmie. Grenades off as well, right into the saps, doing some heavy damage here. Situation Burmie starting to look a bit dicey here. Straight into the MG42 as well. Panzer needs to retreat. We got the take up there for Burmie as well, very good, very good. Pack 40 moving up, MG42 moving up as well, need to be careful. There's no infantry screen here, in fact there's nothing here really. And we got commandos called in on the car point, the Pack 40 got wiped. This is looking pretty grim, I think, for Burmie actually. Depending on what happens next. MG40 about to get assaulted here, we got the house collapsing there. Hopefully no one was in it, because that would likely have been Luckyman's men, in which case they've been pretty sad. There you go, Command Alliance, more or less on top of the MG42. That's going to be a forced retreat here, but it's got to not be in time. Pioneers, we've got an Ostwind here for Burmie. I think he can get away with rushing an Ostwind. He might still work, but the AC backed up with the 6 pounding on cut punch. There we go, another machine gun down. He's lost all of his machine guns now here to Luckyman55. He's down to 2 Pioneers and a Panzer gun in his squad with a Ostwind on the way. That is a massive turnaround and a comeback for Luckyman that's going to resound throughout the ages. Burmie's been caught with his leader hosing down his ankles badly. This is horrible for him. There you go, he's stealing the machine gun and crewing it right in front of Burmie using the Commando glider. So that's a Commando MG42. That is horrid news for Burmie. Horrid news on top of all the other casualties. He's now dealing with that. We got a bomb grenade off. If that's not going to be enough, and proceed to cause 1 commander's already over here. And of course, they can reinforce right next to the glider. This is terrible. We got the Osman. We got another machine gun they recruit here for Burmie. He's slightly trying to stitch his force back together there. Need to be careful. That Panzer is about to get wiped out if they are unfortunate. Commanders there being suppressed by the MG42 right by the glider. Osman there taking out the glider, removing a reinforcement point form, but the Osman's down to half health already. This is just disastrous for Burmie. He is gonna be hard pressed to win this now. Meanwhile, Luckyman is in a very strong position. He should take this chance of things to A, mine up as much as he can, which he's doing, and 2, try and pull ahead in terms of tech and pull up from armor. More machine guns there for Burmie, though still more panzer guns down the road would be great. Burmie, of course, understanding that the power of the mountain part lies in good MG42 usage. Big repositioning AC falling a bit back here. Troops in reinforcement. You got no weapon racks up here for Luckyman55. Who needs that when you got commandos? You got tough British resilience and training and submachine guns. Whenever they've worked. Panzer there pushing back the section. Got the Flak Panzer IV effects bereit. Burmie is slowly recovering from this, but Luckyman still has a fat advantage here. The only thing so far that's sort of helping out Burmie again is the fact he forced him into 3 ACs, which again is ensured that Luckyman can't immediately just pull into tanks against Burmie, otherwise he'd be deader than disco. But there you go, Osman going up here against the sappers, setting off the mine as well. You see them moving in, and the Osman's going to be a bit on his own. Again, note Burmie has no anti-tank weapons at the moment. No Pak-40s, no Panzerschrecks, no Stugs. I mean, he's going to be a bit hard-pressed as soon as Luckyman hits him with the tanks, and that really should be Luckyman's, I think, priority right now. Tanks. The self-propelled tea kettles. Anyways, machine gun there needs to fall back. There's a bit of an exposed position. Panzer gun is moving forwards. They got 17 kills close to ND3. They're definitely doing their part here for the fatherland. I definitely feel like one more could pull even more here for Burmie. In fact, he could end up being forced to go for it just for the Panzerschrecks because he's got a ton of ammunition. He just hasn't been able to use them much. And it would be a dumb idea to upgrade the Ace Hero Plan's going to be here now with Panzerschrecks. That would be a massive mistake here for Burmie since they lose a lot of anti-infinite ability here versus all these sections. There you go. Osman down. Burmie is straight back to the pit. He probably should try to harass him more on the west, to be honest, rather than just focus here. We're right now Luckyman's intentionally solely focused on, but still, that is not good. He's also gone for Blitzkrieg, but he's got Blitzkrieg versus Commando Regiment. Guards Army is holding off nicely now versus the 107th Panzer Brigade. Burmie's just fighting a desperate fight for survival. He's struggling. Pioneers moving out, MG42 moving in there. Panzer gun is reinforcing. Mein Gott, Herr Major, we're surrounded. Nein, we just have a surplus of enemies. If you fix that, everything will be fine. Stop thinking so negatively, Helmut. It's why you never made it past Corporal. Sat in your ugly nose. But there you go. Now the Panzer's got on the way there. Wait, that's going to be the Panzerschrecks here for Burmie. Well, of course, you can go for the Pak-40. The Panzerschrecks just offer more firepower in the current circumstances and aren't so easily rushed, particularly with commanders about on the field there. One ill-positioned Pak-40 can be just rushed over and wiped out. So, man, that's been one reason we might consider Panzerschrecks here if he does go for it, and he does, in fact. He might also want to go for Stug here, though Panzerfolk could also work, but Stug would be good. Stug is always good. As that saying goes, when the going gets tough, the tough get up, the strong geschütz. Pioneers moving up, we got the commanders moving in, and Pioneers are by the western fuel point. He's trying to begin to extend into the east as well, or west into good. East, of course, he's always pushing most, calling upon that natural Drang nach Osten. Commandos are pushing most away, we got the Panzer, then these are the Panzerjägers engaging. Section backed up at the AC side, he's got no Panzerschrecks here. He could go for the Stug now, he could stall for the command tank, though I don't think he's got enough to really make the command tank super worth it right now for Burmie. As for Luckyman, he definitely needs to be pushing for tanks. Like, he is only giving Burmie more time to recover here the longer he does not go for medium armor right now. Which of course is amazing for Burmie. The more breathing space Burmie can get here, the better. Of course, apart it's just probably just all these ACs he took out. And of course, all the damage he's doing here to Luckyman, getting some kills in the bleeding of manpower, making it much harder for Luckyman to commit to the additional armor. Burmie's got a bit of manpower floating there, but almost got the 6-pounder gun there. Might be able to finish it off here. Troop ceiling enforcing, still no sign of armor. And then you get 6-pounder gun crew exposed and murdered here by the Panzer gunner dealer. Hit in mind, they're almost wiping out the hero Panzergrenadiers, but Obergefreiter Fritz Lange managed to make it. And there we go. We got a command tank out here for Burmie. To sort of stall things for now, deal with infantry, and of course make his troops harder to kill. Obviously not make the useful versus the armor, but I'm guessing it's going to help you of just pressuring back Luckyman. And so far, the Luckyman not having any, armor on the way, it's going to work out reasonably well, though it is pretty risky in the current circumstances, all things considered. But there you go, Command Panzer here strikes for the fatherland. And there you go, wipes the section. Mein Gott, it is finds all these old Panzers. Well, they found it from an old Panzer training group they sent here. Oh, yeah. Ach, that's why it smells like bonbons and other things. Yeah, old officers leading it. And there was in fact a few old training armoured groups being sent into Holland. They're doing Operation Market Garden. I think one was Panzergruppe Niele. And there was also one for Tiger tanks, which just made out of Tigers, so, meant for training, so they had a lot of mixed Tiger parts and actually had to be converted over from using stoves and gas and other things rather than fuel. So you can actually join in the frontline fighting. Fun fact there. But there you go. He's calling in a Stuka close air support strike here to deal with the AC. Certainly indicates here how much pressured Burmie's feeling when he uses that to take out an AC armoured car. A bit wasteful, but I mean, again, it just highlights just how pressured Burmie is by Luckyman. How he just wants to ensure that he can clear out the AC before this stuff happens. Oh, scheiße, he lost the Panzerjägers. That's going to be a bit lost here for Burmie, though still the hero Panzergrenadiers allowed the command, and they're taking out some infantry. 5 kills so far. Troops there trying to grab the 6-pounder gun under nose, everything else. He could try and move up here and smoke. Once with the command tank. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Trying to what other stuff here. 26 kills that we got. The AC going here for the command tank. 6-pounder gun there. Actually successfully stolen here by Burmie. Inspire everything there. Good. Landing a nice hit there on the AC. Their command tank almost taken out, but doesn't quite get away with it. Some spectacular fighting here. It seems like Burmie is very much clawing his way out of their best here. Even wipes the machine gun there. Luckyman desperately needs tanks out now here versus Burmie. Down here, troops reinforcing here for Burmie. We got nothing for the support corps as of yet. Obviously can't anyway since the command tank ate up a lot of his fuel. Commander's recruiting the machine gun there, so he's got 2 Commando machine guns now, 1 MP42 and 1 Vickers. Another pack here on the way for Burmie. Setting up the machine gun in the centre, victory points wise. Luckyman's got a lead here with Burmie. Panzer there, 27 kills. Fixing up the AC here, healing reinforcement. They probably should move the section a bit closer to heal up some of those sappers. And still no sign of armour here for Luckyman. A Crom will now be fine. Firefly, I think, would be a bit not quite on point here for the current situation. There's not any sort of particularly large tanks he needs to deal with, so Crom's be much better suited to just be cheaper and faster out, and also just more suited for dealing with the infantry as well. Plus, again, he's going to soon build up a larger critical mass of tanks that's going to be helpful there versus Burmie. Burmie with another Panzergrenadier squad on the way there. So good, so good. AC mobilised once more here for King and Country. Got Bren guns out there. So we got a Stug on the way here for Burmie. So we do finally get a Sturmgeschütz. And before to the Johnny command tank opening up there with its low velocity in front of the cannon. Panzer there opening up. Sappers or pioneers on the west side. Stug roughly halfway down there. Go nice hit there on the section there with the command tank. Commanders rushing the pioneers. Aiming here for a swift structured move. Before the command tank opens up on them, forcing them back into hiding. And Luckyman does commit to the Firefly here. Yeah. Again, not recommendable here. I mean, if Burmie had Panthers or Tigers or something like that, sure, the Firefly would be great, but versus lower stuff, you usually, want a slightly more efficient option, in particular one that can just, get you more tanks faster. But we'll see how it works out. I mean, a well-handled Firefly can still be really obstructing a big pain in the arse, but for example, with the Stug out, the Firefly's going to struggle a bit there, particularly in conjunction with the command tank. No Panzergrenadier, Panzerjägers on the second Panzergrenadier squad. Now we can just get a third one. I'd say being a pretty good spot infantry-wise. machine gun here. I mean, another option for Luckyman would have been to just take up further and either go for the Comet here or the Churchill. Churchill would have a much bigger struggle here for the command tank and such. Of course, the infantry and the Comet, they would just have more firepower, more disruptive ability, and they would still be good. But he sticks it to the Firefly, the Sherman VC, as is also known. Commandos running about there, closing on eventually 3 and the hero level. Pinlock machine, I think, would be a great upgrade here for the Stuke 3G for Burmie. Adds a bit of extra anti-infantry versus, well, all of the infantry. Command tank moving up, a bit of a bold move here by Burmie. He doesn't know what hides, and then he almost takes out the command tank with the command tank capacity. They're flanking in under cover of it, but he's rather taking an aggressive push than taking heavy damage out in the open. He's going to have to retreat. He's a negative cover. Even the command tank can't help with that. Burmie 9 popping up on grenade all the second. Oh, good God! He almost got some wipes that didn't have any. Said he lost the Pan's going to be scored. Obviously getting the Firefly over the Stuke and the 6-pounder gun. Nasty blow there to Luckyman. The most of his infantry has been gutted. He's going to need more tanks. Firefly there escaping here the raft of the Sturmgeschütz. Commanders there. Almost out of the Panzerman's a command tank combo. 16 kills here, heading for the western pot, being stopped here by the Vickers machine gun. Burmie there committing to more Panzer Grenadiers. And fixing up that Firefly. Commander's about to get, or Commander machine about to get flanked here by the command tank. Need to retreat that one. Six men up, putting back the Panzer Grenadier here. Almost got the Firefly going. There you go, Firefly engaged the Stuke head on. Of course, the command tank's aura does slightly decrease the damage he suffered by the Stuke. I believe the aura basically just decreases the damage taken by 10%. It's not a huge deal, but you know, it can still have a slight effect and just increasing the lifespan of any armor, for that matter, an infantry caught in the range here of the command tank. And there you go, command range and then before here, popping smoke before retreating. Very wisely done there by Luckyman. Still an additional armor, he probably should consider taking up here. We're going for a deeper flank here. I think trying to push straight through here is going to be a very unpleasant proposition because Burmie is more than prepared to just shoot him down. Back here, nothing further happening for Burmie as of yet. You go for tier 4, you go for more Stukes, you go for Osmans, you know, regular Panzer Force. All options I'd argue would be valid here for Burmie. Sturmgeschütz receiving repairs, 3 kills so far. 2 infantry, 1 armored. Another attack head on, hopefully doesn't wipe out another Panzer Grenadier squad there with a bit of awkward unit preservation, and he this time salvages it. At least for a few seconds as he goes forwards again here, straight into the machine gun. Though he is backed up by another machine gun which suppresses the machine gun. Nice work there by Burmie. There you go, Gabata lightning off as well. Closer they actually would have caught some of the retreating infantry there retreat as well, which have been pretty great there for Burmie and pretty terrible for Luckyman. And there you go, Luckyman finally committing to an actual tank. Well, actual medium tank here, section being suppressed there. Luckyman's situation is pretty hairy right now versus Burmie, who has once managed to seize control of the map, though of course he was himself in a pretty awkward situation not too far ago, so theoretically again, if Luckyman makes a really good push, catches Burmie off guard, he has a very good chance of getting back the match, but it does require him not just to keep attacking the same spot. We got pulled in here to just further threaten Luckyman inside his base even. A nasty push there by Burmie. Stuke going ahead there, Firefly there getting blasted by the Kanonenvogel. Stuke opens up, misses. PFI gets the command tank down to half health. Troops suppressed. Lots of PHs there and several hits there off. Taking the command tank almost up, but they're going before 2 back in action. He's ready to fire. Command tank gains 32. He's almost got it there. Sliver of health left. But the MD-42 in this case managed to cut down enough Toms there to convince Luckyman not to keep at it. Samples need to repair the Firefly. Commander sneak up with the flank. The support them, taking fire for the command tank there. Going in swift and furiously. Light gun bomb off and almost got the MD-42 there. Can he get a full wipe? There we got Panzer Wing, the hero of Panzer Grenadiers, and forced to pop smoke and retreat. Cromwell moving up here, troops moving in their Fireflies as well. So instead of trying to push up for him, you catch Burmie off guard, instead he's going straight down the middle again. We got the machine gun bunker up to help cover the centre victory point. Good move there. I mean, it takes advantage of Luckyman's propensity just to attack head on rather than flank. So starting to look like Burmie has seen through Luckyman's tactics, but there you go. We do get some slight manoeuvring here in the west. Cromwell and Firefly, they're going for the Stug. Could leave a Burmie here, short one Stug, which would be terrible for him and terrible for Germany. And there you go. Sturm should stand another one away for Burmie, but until then he's going to be a bit short now to tank them. We can see the command tank going down here. Cromwell moving forwards. There you go. Flank. Oh, he's stopping up on the 6-pounder gun. And, oh, Pop Smoke loses the Cromwell here to the 6-pounder gun. Nice work though, Burmie. Nice save, in fact. Luckyman's chances just dropped down a bit. Moving up the Firefly so the Sappers can A, grab the fuel point while repairing the Firefly. Might as well try and play as efficiently as possible. And this is sort of the situation we can do things more efficient. I mean, if you're going to grab a point and you have a tank you can repair, you can try and combine the two efforts there. But yeah, shot one tank here. I mean, he did get the Stug, but the Stug for Cromwell is not a very good trade at all. Straight ahead is a withering machine gun fire here from Burmie's machine gun. My God, those Tommies, it's like they never learn. Also learn from the wrong book. Yeah. I mean, to keep running at us, what does he think this is Passchendaele? That didn't exactly work out for them either. Troops are being murdered by doubling 4 troops. Their nice crossfire here, just completely halting Luckyman55 in his steps. 6-pounder going away there for Luckyman. Stug number 2 arriving here for Burmie and the Fatherland. How about not pushing straight ahead without any support there, Burmie? It's a Stug, not a Tiger Ace. Command tank moving up here, 23 kills, turning into those Tommies. Firefly could fight the Stug, and there you go. Heading Burmie there in his soft bits on the Stug, and we have support calling to back it up. Still, pretty risky move there with the Stug, to be honest. Rather blind, of course. Luckyman was sneaky to hide it out all the way here. We probably wouldn't be saving a Firefly, so there's obviously some ambushment involved there, but even there I would say Burmie rushing his Stug, they're rather recklessly and carelessly. The command tank is helping out, they probably would have been dead otherwise, but as you might notice, it's not much better here for Burmie. It's a bit better, but in the end, not a lot. And there you go, more sides from in there, taking out Burmie's second Stug, which almost felt thrown away entirely. Commander's flanking up, clearing out support weapons. Burmie's actually in a bit of a risky position once more. He's actually taking heavy losses here to Luckyman, and oh dear. He's going to have to retreat here, and Luckyman has a good opportunity, I think, to try and push ahead here. And maybe overwhelm Burmie. He's now going for a regular command tank here. A regular Panther 4, not regular command tank. That's just nonsense. Panther 4 falling back the halfway to Veteran 3 in the ace level. Panther 4 almost done. 30 kills in the hero. Panther gun is very good. Command tank just continues to lay down the law of the Fatherland against the Tommies. Another machine stone here by Luckyman. That is 2 MD42s and active control of here versus Burmie. I do believe that's a Bren gun. Oh, that's a Piat there. Troops are enforcing, healing. Burmie repositioning, got the Panzer IV out here, troops in reinforcing. Straight ahead here, running for the Bren. Oh, the Piat to deny it to the opponent. He might have thought it was a Bren gun, or he just wanted to deny the weapon to his opponent, who knows. Machine gun dealing with the Panzers need to retreat them. Schnell, Burmie, schnell! Rückzug! More Panzer IVs there now for Burmie. Luckyman just has much armor on the field comparatively. And there you go, Veteran 3 MD42 here. Nice work there for Burmie. Fixing up that command tank. So what is Luckyman55 going to do here? I mean, he's not really doing a lot on the right side. I mean, he's just not maneuvering much. He's just relying on brute force here most of the time against Burmie, which of course makes it a lot easier for Burmie to defend and hold the line. Firefly then engaging the Panther 4. Close to Veteran 2 actually, which is pretty good there.
The gun is not crude, not anymore.
Got a unit there wiped out. Bad news for Luckyman. Very bad news. That was the machine gun that bit the dust. In this case, it was the Commando MG42. Bit of a blow there to Luckyman. Section flanking up. People are secretly holded by the Panzer IV. Moving ahead with the command tank, he's going to probably try and rush it. He could blitz and get behind it, and then once the entertainment had been cleared out, quick fight with the other units. But there you go. 6-pounder gun moving up. Pioneers moving in. Panzer IV hanging back here. And we got smoke raid operation here from Luckyman. I would say rather late application, but you know, better late than never, I guess. But it probably made some of his attacks more successfully, you know, used it in conjunction. But there you go, Firefly goes down. And with that, it rather looks like victory for the German army. Luckyman's forces are being torn apart, ripped to shreds, cut apart. 6-pounder gun destroyed, machine guns have been cleared out. And there you go, Luckyman55 surrenders. A loss here for the British Army. The Guards ammunition was repulsed here by a series of increasingly vicious counterattacks here by the 107th Panzer Brigade. Though again, there was some moments they were just looking really bleak there for Burmie when he was down just 17 population points there with the Luckyman55. In this case, I'd say Burmie just did really great with the 2-2s and the terror mines, allowing him to just, you know, further and further draw out Luckyman's resources and also just trade efficiently, which made it much harder for Luckyman to push out his medium armor. And then he went for the Firefly. He probably should have pulled for something else. And even then struggled to get more armor than, you know, than say the Cromwell after that. And that also just, I think, in long term gave Burmie the advantage he needed versus Luckyman. So well played there, I would say, by Burmie. Also well played by Luckyman, but just ultimately strategically wasn't quite on the same level as Burmie. So hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. This is Imperial Links, and cheers. Thank you for watching. You're all a wonderful audience. And if you like what we do, you can donate or pledge on Patreon. Links in the video description. And of course, if you subscribe, also remember to press the little bell, since otherwise you're not likely to get necessarily always see a notification there's a video out. So keep that in mind. This is Imperial Links, and cheers, and see you all tomorrow. Bye.